Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Happy New Year to everyone. I can't believe this is my first video of 2026, but here we are, and I'm super excited to share this with you today. I created this beautiful, very tall document style journal for Lydia, Raindrop Lila, and had intended to have this ready as a Christmas journal, but it just didn't happen. So at any rate, I have completed it and I'm super happy with how it turned out. It's so beautiful, and I will list the kits I used below, but mainly the main kit that I used is the 2025 Christmas Pretty Neutrals in the tall layouts. So anyway, I'm going to tuck this in too. This is a beautiful copy of a vintage document that I am going to pop in a little bit. I had already tied up the journal, so I didn't want to redo it. At any rate, like I said, this is a very tall and extremely chunky journal, and got just a fun little enclosure here, so the twine is just holding it together, because as you will see, when I take it off, it is very full. And sorry, I apologize in advance if I do not get the journal in the full screen every second, because it's definitely super tall. So I think this is upside down, by the way. There we go. So that goes in like that, and just a little fun Parisian baubles and little gem. And this cover is super pretty. It's just a journaling card. I did a little postcard on the back. These gorgeous images, book covers, are from Lydia's medieval book covers kit, and I will link that below. There's some beautiful colors, but excuse me, I thought the red, or it's almost kind of a maroon or burgundy, just went so well. So this flips open. I'm going to take that off, and this is attached underneath the sari ribbon, so it could be taken off if you like. And I did not include any pockets or anything here because I just wanted to leave this plain. Sorry, there we go. That's tucked in better. So it's wrapped around front and back. And these music papers are from digital from the Emmanuel Tall kit, which is a beautiful Christmas kit. So anyway, opening up, I have this gorgeous lace from Blue Linen Cottage. I think I got the last of her little scraps, and it's so beautiful, and it just wraps all the way around. I did not turn it into a pocket or anything because I just thought it was so pretty, just as is. So as we open up, we have some fun items in here. The Pretty Neutrals kit comes with these beautiful art photographs, and so I popped one of the oval style ones in here, and this little envelope is a fun little painted, I did a little shimmery painting on that, and then inside here just tucked in a little winter scene and a little poem on the back, and some of Heather from Rose Hill Paper Cottage, her fun snowflake handmade paper. So that just gets tucked in there, and then I have this beautiful little poem also, and more journaling space, and then these are the tall tags that come with the Pretty Neutrals, and then I just backed it with some of the other paper in the kit. So that all goes together on this inside pocket, and look how gorgeous these wallpaper images are. I made a little pocket here with this beautiful velvet and kind of satiny trim, and this is one of the other winter scenes. And then down here I made a little tuck spot and just popped in a little fun shimmery little bling there. And last year Lydia had gifted me one of her beautiful paper packs and creator kits, and this was one of the beautiful images or laces, satiny trim that she made into a little ruffle, and then it has the embroidered hearts, and I just love it so much. It is glued down, but it could easily come off, and I just kind of tacked it on there to secure it. Little Edith Holden, Wintertime. This is paper from the Cornelia kit, which I just keep using because I love it so much. It's so beautiful. I did a little pocket down here with a little grommet and just tucked in some of the tags, just a little offcut. And then one of the tags from the kit backed with some paper, as well as this one. And this was a little scrap that I just decided to pop on there for a little accent. And there's so many fun papers. I'll show you. This is actually one of the papers, and this one too especially, that are great for journaling. Nice and neutral and just so pretty. I added a little trim up here. I'm trying to remember the name. I think it's Mary Not Martha on Etsy. She has an Instagram as well, but it's a different name. And Lydia, if you can remember, maybe you can pop it in the comments for me. But anyway, she has the most beautiful trims and laces. That's where this beautiful trim came from. So then as we flip open, I have a little pocket here. This is from Emily at Blue Linen Cottage, and I just tucked in a couple of goodies. This is, I believe this is from the Rose Red Evergreen Kit, but I just love that image, so gorgeous. And then this beautiful kind of wallpapery image on the back. So that's just a little tri-fold. Actually, it's a quad fold. It tucks in there. This is some Italian book page, very vintage, and I think that's all that was in there. Yeah. And then more Edith Holden. Here's just a little tuck spot. And one of Lydia's French checks that I printed out, all three sides. I just decided to leave it whole because I love it. And these are so versatile. This is kind of a fragile book page, so I didn't want to shove it in there too much. This is also trim from Emily at Blue Linen Cottage. These papers, I believe, are from the antique French documents. I'll list it below. Anyway, more Edith Holden, and I did a little age tape throughout. This is from the Botanical Christmas Kit, and I just folded it over, so you've got some beautiful writing space. It'd be pretty to attach a postcard or something here as well. So that just folds over and tucks in right there. It totally could be glued down, but I just left it freestanding. I like to do that. This is more from the Pretty Neutrals Christmas Kit from this year, or last year. And this was in the packet that Lydia had sent me. So beautiful. And then here, so this paper behind is from the Cornelia kit, and I made a little flip out stuffed pocket kind of concept with some paper from the Graphics Fairy. It's their 1700s music paper. And then these are the little cutaways, snippets from Lydia's Christmas kit. I think it's the Noel kit. And then here is just a nice journaling card, one of the beautiful images from the Pretty Neutrals kit. And then this is a reduced size of one of the images from last year's kit, the Noel, I believe. I'm having trouble remembering all of them. I use so many different papers so many times that sometimes it all just gets jumbled together. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great start to your new year. And I clipped that page together. This is from Cornelia and had another little fun bling there. Here is another page that I just folded over, and this is a half size of the Botanical Kit. Super fun. I love that evergreen. So pretty. And totally could be used year-round, honestly. There's some more of that gorgeous trim. Absolutely love that. I'm going to be really bummed when I run out. I think I have another yard left. Maybe not quite a yard, but anyway, this is very beautiful. More Edith Holden. And then here we come to our center. And I think this might be my favorite image in the whole kit. It's just so gorgeous. And there's that beautiful poem again. And then the journal is just very lightly sewn in. It literally could totally be taken apart if you wanted to, and rearranged, but I just did a little quick single you know, string through, or the sorry. All right, and here we have another one of the tall tags, super pretty, and then more of that gorgeous Cornelia paper. Just love it, and that fun paper from the kit. And then this flips open. This is a nice big page, so lots of spots for extra journaling, secret journaling, whatever, or tucking in other goodies. And then here, this was in the pack that Lydia had sent me, and I used one of the pieces, I think, where'd it go? Back here. And, you know, this was attached down here, and I thought that was so cute with this picture that I took it off. So I added my own. This was from a pack that my friend Marlene sent me a couple years ago, and it's just gorgeous. But I love these swatches. This is, I'm pretty sure, from the Rose Red Evergreen kit. So that tucks in here, little pocket, and then we have another tall tag and some just some vintage paper from a poetry book in English. Here's another fun item that was included in my little pack from Lydia, and I just attached this with a little eyelet, and then I just did a little what's it called? The ruffled seam binding. Sorry, my brain is literally just a little checked out today, guys. Apologize. Here I made a belly band with some beautiful lace from the Lavish Laces, and it added another little bit of that fun rosy trim. And then this is a nice tall tag, and popped on some satin lace, and you could put more in there too if you wanted to. The Edith Holden pages, so those beautiful winter scenes, and I just did like a little cluster right here. Some fabrics. Here I have a little paint swatch and a embossed tag with that little mini rose, and then this beautiful Bonne Année from Souvenir de la France, and then a vintage page. That all tucks in there. That's the back side of that Italian book page. Edith Holden. This is a little tuck spot. In fact, I think I'm going to put this right there. That's a good spot for that antique document. And then there's the back of that beautiful paper. I just love it. So pretty. Then this is another little eyelet tuck. And this beautiful tag is from the, I think it's from the Rose Red. And this is the part of that paper from the Emmanuel Tall Kit. Super pretty papers in there that can be used year-round. The back of that Cornelia paper and Edith Holden. And then this is just a little trim that I added. And this is also from Cornelia. Super pretty. And then this is the last little bits of the beautiful items that Lydia had sent me. Some embossed paper, more of that gold, and then I had this was just a little offcut from in the journal, and then this beautiful little clipped on sort of fabric swatch stack, and some really cool aged paper, and this beautiful clip with the rose on it. So just tuck that all in here. Oops. And then another tall tag. So pretty. So that is for the back, and then we come to the back. And this gorgeous piece that I have underneath was from a beautiful textile pack that I bought from Heather at Rose Hill Paper Cottage when she still lived in the States. It's part of a quilt, and it is just stunning, but it will be included with the journal, and it is available for sale. Please let me know if you are interested, and I appreciate you guys being here today. I feel like I haven't been here for so long, but things have been a little crazy, but hoping that 2026 is going to slow down a little bit, and all I have to worry about is keeping my craft room clean. Anyway, love you guys. Thanks so much for visiting today, and I will see you again in my next video.